everybody, Patina Pete. This is a fresh one coming into the shop. It's only been here for a couple weeks. 41 to 46 Chevy cab over. Got a good title on it. Motor's in it. Motor's complete. Hopefully it's going to run. So we're going to put this one in the shop today. Figure out if it runs. Get it cleaned up. Get the sauce on it. Real complete cab over. First one of these I've ever had. As everybody keeps saying in the short content we've put out, this is actually the Jeepers Creepers truck. This is the same make, model, same color. This is finally the actual model that is the Jeepers Creepers truck. A lot of people think that it's because it's a cab over and it's green and it's Jeepers Creepers truck, but this is it. We're gonna get this one in, pull it out. I already have the title on it. It'll be ready to go quick as soon as Clay's done with it. Let's get it in the shop and see what happens.
Pretty much all we're going to do now, we're going to get it cleaned out, washed up, and hopefully get most of this stuff here off. Maybe we could even sauce it today, so then by the time it sits overnight it'll be all ready to go and cured, and then I could get on the motor tomorrow. Or I think it's going to be this blue color. It's going to be a deep blue color once you get that off of there, so I think it'll look pretty good. And that way, whenever I pressure wash this out, we might even put that mirror back on. Oh, Joe. Let's put it on the seat.
Wash away the sins.
Taking the rest of this floor out, then I could clean everything real good. I could clean the motor real good. I wanted to get all that out of here because I'm going to be messing around with all that. We're probably going to eliminate all this and put a plug in there so I have room to get my hands around the carburetor. Look at that motor. What is the look of having two motors like that here?
What is with that coil? I've never seen a coil that looked like that in my life.
That's old style replacement coil.
Look at the porcelain insulator in that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I've owned a lot of antique cars. I've never seen a coil like that. What is that shifter? Is that some kind of clutch lip? What is that thing?
I
never
didn't
seen
get
one
that
between your
far
legs.
yet. I know this is for the training.
That's PTO. It says it's a T56. That looks like a gear reduction thing.
Yep.
This looks, you got two levers. I guess this is high-low. So it's a single-speed rear with a gear reduction. I guess that's what they did before. I don't know, because this isn't that heavy of a truck either. As far as our cab overs go, this isn't that heavy of a truck. That's interesting. I think this is the first one I had with a gear reduction case versus a 2-speed rear.
That's pretty cool.
Joe Bates will educate us on this. I never saw the shifter in between the legs. It feels like it would have a pattern, but it doesn't.
It might just be forward or back.
Oh, our favorite updraft car. That's neat. This truck's weird. Early artillery wheels. There's a cab over wheel for hot rod, and that's the wheel.
That's how it works.
What I've seen people do with these early artilleries, this is a split ring, but the center's still good. Like I know of a guy in Milwaukee, Diamond Wheel Company. You can send him these centers and he'll weld a ring on it. He can even change the diameter or whatever you want. Probably 7 years ago I did that, and I think it was like $150 a rim. It wasn't a lot of money, but they can absolutely use that center. You can get somebody with a wheel mill, because that center's sweet. Yeah, those are slick. Those look just like the pickup truck artilleries. They're just supersized.
It looks like they tried to sand at it too.
Yeah, that's weird because it looks like the original color was blue, but there's runs. It looks like blue over blue.
Yeah.
I like it blue better than green.
This just makes it roll so much easier. I want this to look nice. Man, as quick as the feathers would take too, it wouldn't make sense to just... The roof, I wanted to take out the headliner to do the roof. I wanted to get in there with that clutch drive thing, and well, I'll just probably just pull that down then. That's probably not a big deal. But I wonder if there's that double wall like this, or if it's just going to be open. I'm hoping it's not a double wall. I've never really actually worked on one of this year. I've had all the other ones, but not like this style. Now let's go underneath. We'll do that after bed or something. We get this down a little. It's actually pretty clean under here too. You can see where I was cleaning up over here. It's like brand new.
Do that. Do that.
As always, we got a little nest in. That one's not as bad. Let's get a, let me get a bar. And we'll probably clean that real good. Put it back on if it turns nice. But we should try to go at least one revolution here. It does turn. Down here. Oh yeah. Okay, so we got that. What we could do is since that turns real nice, we'll get this cleaned up. We're gonna have to take out all the plugs and scope the cylinders. That's the next thing. Then we'll, try to get it cranking and get a compression test. That'll tell us right there where we're at,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Nice.
You got right.
Yep, right like that.
Alright, you're good.
That actually looks good on there. Because it's snap-on. Yeah. They ain't got a key from what I see. Don't look that bad. We'll know if there's water in any of them. There it is. Those fingers.
You good?
Yep. Always hurt when you do that. Nope. Ugh. Man, it hurt. I smashed the fingernail a little bit, but it'll be good. They look pretty decent. I mean, they could be cleaned up with that cleaner.
If you want a band-aid, and that's all it's bleeding.
That's what these were built with, man. Blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get some power to it, get it cranking.
Okay.
Yep, we'll get a pry bar there and all that stuff. We're just gonna put a 12 volt to it. Simple fact. We're probably gonna have to. That ground might reach. I don't think our other one's going to though. We're gonna have to put longer ones on it because our batteries are too big for that. So that battery's gonna have to sit like right here or over this hole and just push this, take this one out and just leave it, back there or something for the next person. Because to make it run, we're gonna have to put that battery like right there. We'll just have to get this old battery out, get these cables off, put our own on, because it's probably gonna be better to do that anyway. Probably be a little better connection and stuff. We're gonna need some new wires for the distributor. This is coming off of here. I'm gonna have to order some plug wires for this. Unless them ones work good. They look in good shape, so we might just leave them and not even mess with them. Unless we gotta put them on another cap. It's gonna work good. Oh yeah. Okay, we're gonna have to get all this stuff out. We don't want Christmas stuff in here. We want Jeepers Creepers head right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want you to look through and see Jeepers Creepers. Alright, nothing Christmas about this truck. This one screams Halloween all the way. I don't know what they were thinking. Another thing I'm going to do is back here, we're going to take a lot of this wiring out, just so you ain't going to deal with it. Because that's not good for shipping. I don't know why. So I don't want to get a sawzall, cut this one, and just snip this other one. We're going to have to put a plug in the side of this. That gives us more room to work over here too whenever I get to that carburetor. I mean, I want to compression check it first, but I can't do that until I get some terminals. It is. It's actually pretty nice. Cleaned up a little, but we can reuse that stuff mostly. Points can be cleaned. Condenser looks alright too, but I don't know if it's alright. Everything in this looks pretty decent. We'll probably shoot a little shot of oil and let it run down. Yeah. So we'll just put a little tiny bit of oil and let it run. Okay. The starter works.
Here we go.
There it goes. Okay. I just needed that button pulled a little bit. $110. $120. It's like 120. It's like 110. It's like 120. It's like 120. Over 100 all the way across.
That engine's good.
Yes. Excellent. It's going to run today. It's running today. Alright, now we'll unhook that. We're going to clean up everything on the distributor. Get a new coil in there because this porcelain's broke. It's been broke for a long time. So getting this off of there, new coil on. Instead of using this key, that wire you can see clearly runs around and runs to the key switch that's down there. We're going to tap that into the battery to give us our power. We'll just hold it. Then whenever I go to start it, that'll be that. But we got to get this carburetor off and check it out too. It's going to be a minute. And these updraft ones are always harder to get running. So I don't think I'm going to have to take this off or anything. It's going to be a little tight. I'm going to have to remove this stuff to get in there. But we'll get this, we'll get the ignition all wired in and ready to roll. That means plugs, get them gapped, all that good stuff. Then we'll jump over to this side afterwards. So I don't think that R44, well, I think the R45 is like the same. Yeah, we're gonna be, yep. We're gonna have to gap all these. Get the old trusty keys out. These are supposed to be gapped at 35, just so if anyone's wondering.
It was weird to me.
Good, but like the actual filler gauge does make a little bit of a difference. And it did too, it started running like right away.
Not bad. scary motherfucker.
We got excellent compression all the way through.
That's a chainsaw.
From like 125, 110 all the way across.
So this thing was a runner.
Good one too. I'm gonna work on spark, getting spark all the way.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna jump on fuel because I'm gonna have to get rid of this stuff and put a cap in there so I could even get to the carburetor to get them bolts out for the most part. So
Well, you could just put that stuff back on after you take it out, right?
well, me and Joe usually cap it
Oh, yeah.
because all these vacuums and stuff are usually bad. And you
That
know,
makes sense.
it eliminates a vacuum leak. Yeah, I got plugs in it, gaps. All of our ignition parts are in really good shape too. Plugs look nice. These ones are
ran
plug.
like more recently than not.
Well, these are R44s. They don't make them anymore, but this was probably 80s.
Yeah, interesting.
I think the last date on the plate was 76, so I imagine it probably ran in the 80s.
Yeah, it's just where was this thing stored at that the ignition parts look that good?
Someone put something around the bottom of that cap. I had such a hard time getting this distributor cap off of this.
Oh, were they siliconed it or something?
Yeah, it was silicone or something. It's like beautiful inside.
Yeah, it is. Well, it'll be a nice running and driving truck, it seems like. We got all the parts we need for this. Hopefully it doesn't need a fuel pump, huh?
We got a fuel pump.
Hopefully
We have the
it's
glass bowl ones just like
Okay,
that.
good. Oh yeah, I can do that. Nobody really has time. Like even if I was doing this with you, they're just looking at dollars for dollars. Like I'm setting up all these deals for doing specific dates and time. It's just you give what do you
I'm just trying to make it real nice and neat, putting it back together too, so I don't know exactly how I... Okay. This ain't going on here. I should make it just have a switch, because just in case, that'll be a kill. So the floor goes together nice. So that's going to be more like so, into this. Okay, I need one more big one. Fairly snug it. So this would be our kill switch right here. Just pull that one of them out, it'll turn it off. Spark. Okay. Pretty much what we're going to have to do to make this halfway decent. Cover, bunch of hose clips ready.
What are you doing now? Loosening the old fuel pump?
Yeah, I'm taking it off right now. There's only one more bolt holding it after this. We're going to have to change the oil on this after. All that old stuff out, let it drip for a minute. Well, I guess we'll do that right before punch, after we get this new fuel pump on. Okay. That's just water. We get a little bit of that Blue Monster stuff in. So this one, just a little bit of this stuff on there. Okay. Put that inside the hole. Okay. The gasket. Now the fun part is getting these started with the gasket because I ain't got no room. We'll get that, and the hose ran up to pretty much the can. Okay, nice. think that's going to be plenty. That should give us down into the bottom of a container. Is I'm going to cut this fitting here with a Sawzall. Then I'm just going to cut this piece off right at this line right here, and we're just going to spin this out with a crescent wrench. Then we're going to plug this hole so we have room and we won't have any vacuum leaks. Once I get some of this stuff out of my way, be able to get the carburetor off. We're going to have to, there's this little fuel line thing here. I think it's already, it runs up to the front. We're going to have to get that off of here and get little plugs and plug it down in the block down there. And I think there's another spot down there somewhere I'm going to have to plug. That's going to have to be done too. So that means it will run without an oil filter. That actually looks like it might be in okay shape, so no, we're not using that. See, that's why we got a block at, because if not, that would have, whenever we started it, that oil pressure would have just put oil all over everything we cleaned up. So we got to cap all that stuff off. We're going to drain it just so it's past that level. Thank you. There's any water. It's always good when you don't see any water. Let that drain a while. We got some work to do before we put oil. Now I have to block in the kits I have. I should be able to get enough pieces to make it, you know, pump fuel and stuff. So as long as I got a good accelerator pump, we're pretty much going to be alright on there. I can get one of these adapters out. Don't want to do that. Right like that. Now we just need that big crescent wrench. Okay. Right in your working space. I need to cut one more thing with that Sawzall. That sucker out of there. And get a plug to go down in that one. I'll get this in here and I'll get that crescent wrench on it. That's that. Because all them vacuum lines are bad. This is just eliminating all the vacuum problems.
Plug thing you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay.
That's all I'm making is get this where it's tight and bottomed out. Like so.
It's
Nice
white.
if it was blue in it.
Yeah.
Working around everything else. Nice and close to bottom out if it will. That'll work. Whichever way the fuel line is going to come in, which is going to be on the bottom, I see it. We're going to have to put that filter piece in on the bottom. But it's going to be alright.
Probably took my time, probably would have got it, but I don't know.
Okay, that's that. Now the piece is this one. This part's good. I just want to clean this tip. Well, we know it transfers spark good. This on there. Well, instead of using these wires, we're just going to put new stuff on it because it's just going to be, you know, a little better for us. So we'll just do, you know, one at a time. So we got all new plugs, wires, distributors, all good. Be a lot better for us. Okay, make sure these are all snapped. Nice. Okay, so, and this side's pretty much all done. So we'll be on to just the carburetor and intake side of the engine. And that should pretty much, you know, finish us out. So that's that. That's pretty neat looking. It's not bad. I mean, these are probably on, they're gonna get pushed down by that. It is what it is, but given what we're doing, this is good. Yeah, it don't take long to do this kind of stuff. The only time consuming stuff with these is that other side, because you got to block all that stuff off usually because it's all dry rotted and bad. You know, that's the more time consuming part, is that other side. This stuff was just the basic, you know, tune up. Now that updraft system, that's a little different. Not all these trucks had an updraft system. It's pretty much just running off of fumes. You don't remember on that white truck, if you would over crank it or something, it would just start dumping fuel out of the carburetor. I want to get as much as I can off from like up here, but like I'm going to switch around so much doing this. Once that carburetor is out, we're going to have some work. You know, that oil feed I was talking about that goes from that oil canister up there down to here, we're going to have to, you know, block that off yet. So I got some small plugs left, and it's just one of those, I think 2 of those small plugs it's going to take. Maybe I could just rig it to where the oil gauge goes inside there instead of that once I get this all out, just depending on if that stuff comes loose or not, because it's sat for how long. This sucker needs to come out. So I'm going to have to take this off from here, pull this carb out, clean it all out, and all that good stuff. Hopefully all this stuff comes out easy. I'm probably going to end up having to cut that choke cable, I think. I did on the last one, I did too. But either way, it's really not going to matter for this project. The filter is going to go in like right there. So whenever, I'm probably just going to cut right here to pull this carb out. And then we'll cut out the other section. We'll have the filter just on there so we can see where we got to cut here. You know, and we'll put it together after. We can push it all out. That's like Blaster or something. Someone filled that thing up and it's pumping. You think we should try it?
Try it without taking it off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah, I'm just going to crank it some.
That sounds really nice.
Hey, you're leaking oil on the front.
Yeah, we're going to have to take that carburetor off, man.
We're gonna have to.
Yep, there ain't no getting around that. There it is. Every one of these I ever do, dude, I don't know what people do to this screw, but every time, I mean every time, they're rounded out. Okay, now there shouldn't be a problem with this coming off of here. There it is. This needs to come off temporarily. Okay. This needs to be brought down like that for now. So that's done, that's done. Off. Collar pin around here. That's that. We're going to have to cut that choke cable because I can't get to it. That's going to be what this is. This got to come off. this all out of the way. We're going to be up here for the most part now. We're going to have to open up an air cleaner in the back and hope there ain't no whole bunch of water. If there is, and we're going to have to clean it all out before we're done. There's another one back here, right there. Now you see actually how crappy of a spot that is in. So I could turn this on with my fingers. I'm sorry if this lands on you or something.
I have my hand here, like, pretty much ready.
Yeah, it's really hard for me to grab onto.
You're good.
Go ahead. You're free. You're out.
I got it.
Okay. It does pump. I just had to make my own little cap, that's all.
Yeah.
For this one, and then we're blocked off. See that little cap I made? I don't know if so that's what we made to put on this one. Tighten this one. These things make a mess when they get a lot of oil pressure. Should be pretty good there. This is the little fuel pump. This is the short one. They have one that's like just out like a little bit more. I'm pretty sure that's the one that this one is. That one actually has some suction. This one had suction too, so that cam loop could be worn. If it is, then it's going to be a little bit of work to get that electric fuel pump hooked up. But
Anything?
that one's worn. It's sliding off the edge of it. So we're on to bolt this old pump on. Run electric. It's worn on like an angle, so this is just pretty much going off to the side of it. There is some give in these, so. That means the filter, we have to, we'll see. If not, I'm just going to have to go down and grab one. Push real hard like that.
If I push any harder, I'm scared I'm gonna lift the truck off the ground.
Okay, now we gotta get this spring stretched to something. Okay, so we just gotta hook that line up there. We could get everything ready for when the pump's here. Cause we'll run the pump off the battery. Run it like a child-proof, you know?
like a good shop pump. And then I swap this out once we get the cheapos here. Unless this thing runs amazing, then we can leave the good one in it.
I'm an idiot. Getting somewhere.
Yes, sir.
Let me go on this side. I could probably just push that thing down now.
Find out in a second.
I think I see our little vacuum leak. So let's kill this. Go under and see and just look around. Well, this little adapter piece like thing, I don't know what they call that, but that could be what's causing us to not idle. Maybe I can use this here to kind of cheat it for a minute so we can leave it idle a minute. I'll probably wipe a couple more things with a little bit of sauce, just because I didn't wipe some of it because I knew it would be dirty.
I'm not. Yeah.
Hey everybody, Patina Pete. We got a fresh one out of the shop. We're super happy with this. Everybody is really excited about this truck. It turned out way better than we thought. The truck is way better than I thought it was. So it's a 41 to 46 Chevy COE. We've been real busy. I'm sorry, I don't know the exact year. Got title on it. VIN's good. It was green when it came in. After a bath, it's back to its kind of original navy blue. There is a little bit of runs here, like somebody put blue over blue, but it's just got a really nice look to it. This thing is rock solid. Out of Montana, Big Sky country came out of. Perfect cab corners, perfect back of the cab. The back of the cab's not all dinged up and dented from the body that was on it. And it runs and drives amazing. This motor had 110 to 120 PSI per cylinder, so we knew it was gonna run, but that was all six. Awesome runner. Didn't even smoke the first time Clay fired it. I mean, this thing is awesome. So this is the first one I've ever had that didn't have a 2-speed rear, but had a high-low transfer case, so that's pretty neat. Let's take a look at the other side. This thing is just awesome. This is the first one of these trucks I've ever had. I'm like the cab over guy, but this is the first 41 to 46 that I could buy that wasn't all beat up and really in bad shape. So the floors are perfect in this thing. I don't know if do we have the seats? I don't think it had seats when I got it. So, which isn't a big deal. This would have had basically a pickup truck seat in it, right? But it has a little horseshoe indentation for that shifter. You can run 2 buckets in it. It's actually better. Most guys put 2 buckets and a little center console. So this has got a pretty low floor in it, little low doghouse in it compared to the Fords that are way up high. So much more leg room in this one. Dashboard's really nice. All the trims on the dash, all the original buttons are there. The windshield crankouts are there. We don't know what happened to the guy that was driving it. That's to be determined. So this awesome piece here, got the old artillery style wheels on it, which is just, they're insane. They look so good on this truck. All the stainless, all the bright works on the truck. Super rare piece. Really hard to find one in this good of a condition. I'm asking 15 grand on this one. Runs and drives, got title in hand. We can ship it, we can export it. Let's find this thing a home. Thanks for watching. Hey, thanks for watching our video. We really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have cars like these in your garage, if you have a fastback Mustang or convertible Impala, a nice original paint pickup truck or an old cab over truck, and you want to sell it, I'd love to try and put a deal together with you. You can get a hold of me at 412-335-6100. We pay excellent prices. We pay finder's fees. You know, it's no secret. We do make a little money on the YouTube videos, so that allows me to pay, you know, sometimes market value or really good prices for these cars. We'd love to come out and drag it out of your barn. We'd love to film it. We'd love for you to be a part of that whole process. So if you have an original paint or an original old fastback Mustang that needs work like these ones I have on my trailer, or if you have an old pickup or again a convertible Impala, cab over truck, whether it doesn't matter where you are, we buy nationwide here in the United States, all the way as far as California. I've had stuff New Mexico, Arizona, Oregon, Washington, high desert stuff we love. So, or if you're on the East Coast and it's a rusty Mustang or a rusty convertible Impala, that is fine. We typically don't buy many trucks on the East Coast, but I buy a lot of cars on the East Coast. If you have cab over parts also, especially for these early Fords, I'd be interested in that. It never hurts to send me an email or a text. IronCityGarage@gmail.com. You're welcome to send me an email or a text message, probably the best. You kind of get an instant answer that way. 412-335-6100. I'd love to talk to you. Hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully we can make a deal on what you guys have on your farms or in your garages.